We are tracking new details about Dontevous Loyd's movements before allegedly going on a shooting spree in an apartment last Sunday.
We have obtained a police report from that same morning that names Loyd as a possible suspect in two criminal mischief incidents where he allegedly used a large rock and a crowbar to break the windows of two cars near 37th and Ida Streets.
The two victims reported that a family member, who is also a woman, had gotten into some altercation with Loyd, and then they found their cars damaged. The report states that there were no witnesses and no evidence to support the claims.
But if true, it seems to support one shooting victim's claims that Loyd had been on a violent rampage and had spiraled out of control. Sadly, we know the tragic way that Sunday turned out when a mother and her 2-year-old were killed.
And some question why police didn't arrest him, but domestic experts tell Lena Tillett the law can be difficult to navigate.
She was scared that he was going to come back.
Jamie Latner says Destasia Strawn was terrified when she called her last Sunday. Destasia had just broken off a violent relationship with Dontevous Loyd and called police twice, feeling threatened by what he might do.
She was like, I told them don't let him go, and they released him, and I don't know where he is.
Elizabeth Power with the Women's Center for Advancement says after a domestic violence victim has ended an abusive relationship is the most dangerous period for them.
Chances of their abuser trying to kill them increases to 70%.
Police say they made contact with Loyd at Destasia's apartment complex when she called them the second time, and that he was not arrested, a decision Jamie feels might have cost Destasia and her 2-year-old their lives. But Power says police's decision not to arrest is an unfortunate example of why the law needs to be changed.
There needs to be apparent physical violence in many cases for an officer to make an arrest at that time, or apparent imminent danger.
That means a threat of a weapon or known past use of a weapon during abuse. The need for this type of evidence in Nebraska's law, Power says, can discourage victims from calling police. Meanwhile, she says some states like Minnesota have changed the law to proactively protect victims.
If the officer believes in good faith that there is danger to the potential victim, they can make an arrest and hold the potential perpetrator in jail for 36 hours, allowing that victim time to get her safety plan implemented.
Omaha police are now investigating whether the officers that reported that day followed protocol. Power says Destasia did everything right, calling police and then asking friends to come over and help make her and her 2-year-old feel safe. If some good can come from the horrible murders, Power says, she hopes it will be a change to this law.
Our state legislator can start to see that laws need to be in more favor for domestic violence victims rather than perpetrators.
In Midtown, Lena Tillett, WOWT 6 News.
WCA also recommends that you call police immediately if you feel that you are in danger.
And if they cannot help, you can call their 24-hour hotline at 345-7273. They can connect victims to vital resources.